blogger toolkit has actually changed a lot in the past year. I've done a post on this before, and I actually used to be really basic. I used to blog even without the internet at my house, if you can believe it. And now things have changed. I now have the internet at home. I also have a bunch of other cool things, one of which is my really awesome new digital SLR. I'm slowly learning how to use it, and obviously since I'm filming it on this camera you can't really see it, but using the technology of reflection, there you are. So that is my Nikon D5000, and I got this in about probably August of, actually no, I got it in January. Yeah, I got it in January right after Christmas. And I really liked it because it was a good entry-level digital SLR and it had video on it, and it was one of the only really affordable models that had video, which I liked. And it not only had video, but it has HD. So that's really awesome. So that's the first thing that changed about my blogging. Except, you know, some things haven't changed. I still have the same point and shoot that I had in 2006. And this actually works pretty well, and if you have editing software to go along with this, it doesn't really matter how old your camera is. You know, if you can take pictures, do it. It doesn't matter if you have a $500 camera or not. And then, moving on to my last technology excitement is, and now I got this from work, let me just preface that, because a lot of you know I was a full-time volunteer for 3 years, so no way could I ever afford this, but this is actually courtesy of my workplace. So it's my MacBook. There I was Googling things. So yeah, this is the bomb, and this is really awesome. And then the last really important thing I use to blog is, I've just started this, and I mentioned this last week in my What's in My Bag video, my little notebook, and I've actually been using this a lot. I tried before to do like a calendar. I did a calendar on Excel, I did a calendar in my planner, and you know, nothing really just worked. But I like this book because I write down my ideas, I do my post schedule every week, or I've been doing it the past 2 weeks, and it just works out really well. And then also my favorite pens, I believe these are the Pilot G27. I've been using these since the 8th grade. And then, okay, so things that are not physical. Oh wait, let me mention one more thing. So around my desk I always keep a stack of magazines. I keep all my magazines from this year, and the ones from 2010 I've pretty much cut up and filed away in my lookbook. But the ones that are 2011 this year I haven't cut up yet. So I keep them around. They're pretty good for ideas. Usually I end up disagreeing with them, so that's fine. They're good to keep around. They're good, like, you know, making a post that's like a debate. They're good for that. Mainstream magazines tend to make me really angry. Okay, so moving on to software that I use that you can't see in my hands. 1, Photoshop. Can't live without it. Don't want to live without it. Won't live without it. I've been using it since probably 2002. On my old computer that I had before this one, I had like the 5th version ever of Photoshop, and now I have like the newest version that's a trial, and I think I'm just gonna have to go ahead and buy it because I'm never going back ever. The only time I use Picnic now is to create the curved borders. Hold on, the cat's scratching at the door. Do that in Photoshop, and I tried to Google the solution to my problem, and I couldn't understand it. So, and then other software, iMovie. I tried with Windows Movie Maker, but I just really feel like iMovie is way more intuitive and a lot easier to use, and videos that would take 2 hours to make in Windows Movie Maker maybe take like an hour or half an hour in iMovie. The software makes more sense to me. And then of course, can't live without it, WordPress. I don't know how I ever lived without it as a blogger. It's, you know, the best. And then of course my hosting and all that stuff. And then what else do I use as a blogger? So yeah, that's pretty much my thing. Things that I would recommend to other bloggers. But I would definitely recommend having a point and shoot and a tripod. Oh my god. I didn't get a tripod until about a year ago, but you could buy like a really cheap tripod for a small camera like this, and your life will just be so much easier. Like, you'll never have to, like, find a ledge, or I did that for probably about 10 years, and I'm just never doing that ever again. And then probably magazines are really good to have on hand just for inspiration, things to write with and on. And yeah, I mean, as long as you have access to the internet, and WordPress, cannot stress it enough. If you're new to blogging and you're starting off, skip Blogspot. Just go to WordPress.com if you don't want to pay for hosting. Just, I know it's hard to figure out, but you could do it. Floyd, come here. Little Flo, what do you need for blogging? What do you need? Meow.